And because of what has occurred in this boardroom by Dr. Marule, we're not going to permit that anymore. We're recommending the board withdraw that and change the policy. And the reasons for that are as follows. On January 23rd, 2024, a book challenge hearing was held on the book Melissa. At the hearing, Ms. Marule asked Garrett Jones, an assistant principal at Terwilliger, and a gentleman that did evaluate the book, a number of questions in such a manner to elicit statements from him that made it appear that he approved of 8-year-old children reading pornography and dirty magazines.
I said
Excuse me,
and you know
excuse me. I did not interrupt you.
But you're falsely lying.
Dr. Marule, you cannot speak to her opening statement, respectfully.
Read it there, sir. This is precisely the problem we have with dealing with this situation. At any rate, I will tell you exactly what the questions were now, since we're being very careful about that. The first question was in the series of questions that was edited and posted on TikTok. They didn't edit and post when I cleaned up the mess. But the first question was, do you approve of, or to the extent of, elementary school students reading books that reference pornography and dirty magazines? And we were discussing the book Melissa, which is a book that had one reference at some point to a 13-year-old older brother telling his younger brother, who believes he was a girl, she was a girl, that I know you're locked in the bathroom reading dirty magazines. Now, it never said what the dirty magazines showed. It never depicted any sexuality. It just said, I know, it's a 14-year-old brother tormenting a little sibling. About 100 pages later in the book, after Melissa has been able to express to her mother that she knows she is a girl, the older brother says, oh, I saw the magazines in Mom's purse. You weren't reading porn. There was no description of pornography or anything else. There were those simple words. And yet when she asked the question, do you approve of elementary students reading books that reference porn and dirty magazines? He said yes, because this book did reference them. And then she proceeded to say, well, what elementary grades? And he said 3rd through 5th. And then she said, and how old are children in 3rd through 5th? And he said 8 to 11 or so. And she said, so it's okay for them to read about pornography and dirty magazines? And he said, yes. And that clip was posted on TikTok on Friday of, I can't remember the day of the week. The night before it was posted, Marule admits that she called Mr. Jones' wife and warned her it was coming. And she admits that she had given the video to some of her friends, and that she admits that she knew it was going to be posted, but she never tried to stop it. What happened after that is Garrett Jones received threats, including even death threats. And it gave the district had to immobilize quickly and clean up the mess that was made by this inappropriate. They didn't bother to post when I said cleaned up the testimony where he's not referencing, not including that. I believe that my personal opinion, the questions were designed to elicit just what occurred. At any rate, we have school board policies, 1380 and 3380, that address threatening behavior towards staff members. The policies say threatening behaviors consisting of any words or deeds that intimidate a staff member or cause anxiety concerning physical well-being is strictly forbidden. Marule's questioning of Mr. Jones and the subsequent inappropriate posting of a portion of his testimony on TikTok was threatening to Mr. Jones, his family, and to other staff members, especially at Terwilliger, where he is the assistant principal. They don't want to deal with her. They're afraid to because of concern that she's going to do to them what they believe she did to Mr. Jones. There's also a policy on bullying, and part of the problem, if you watch some of her cross-examination of Amanda Swall, is that she is bullying her. But at any rate, because the fact that we have threatening behavior that supersedes any policy on asking, on having witnesses at testimony at hearings. Because the safety and well-being of our people are more important than whether you can call the witness only to bully that witness. So that's why we are not permitting any witnesses to come anymore, and we are going to be recommending that being able to call witnesses, especially being able for any of the book challenge people to call our employees, will be changed. The only reason we're here today is this book. When Aidan Becomes a Brother. It's a book on gender identity. It's very much like the book we've reviewed before on gender identity, on Melissa, as a matter of fact. I neglected to say, one of the other things that occurred during the hearing on January 23rd, 2024, was in her closing argument. Barul said to all of us present there, you all should be fired, you all should have millstones put around your neck and be drowned. Now, if that's not threatening behavior, then I have not seen threatening behavior before. At any rate, this book is a book for elementary children on gender identity. It is